In this video, I'll be demonstrating the technical fundamental drills of the style of Uechi-Ryu Karate, known as Hojo Undo. For each of the 13 techniques, we've recorded them in both slow motion, so that students can see the individual parts of the technique, as well as at regular speed, so you can see what it's like when performed at a higher level. I hope these techniques and how they're broken down help you in your training. We'll now explore SHOMEN, or kicking to the front. I'll demonstrate this with my left foot in front. SHOMEN is a pretty straightforward exercise. We're going to be throwing a front kick using our forward leg first, and then switching to our reverse leg. And then we'll alternate back and forth. When I block, I use the same side of my body as my kick. So when I start kicking, I'll block with my left first, and then I'll kick with my left leg. I'll then switch and block with my right arm, and then kick with my right leg. The target is right in the middle of your body. Let's say around the knot of your belt, navel or bladder area. We'll demonstrate this slowly.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll now demonstrate it on the opposite side of my body with a single count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is SHOMEN. The next technique we're going to explore is SEIKEN ZUKI, or in English, this is the circle block reverse punch. I'll do this from a right sanshin. The block in SEIKEN ZUKI is performed over the forward side, and it again is MAWASHI. There are two different blocks performed in this exercise. The first block is a circle block, and the second is a guide block, or shote-uke. Okay? So I'll demonstrate this slowly on 4 counts for you.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I'll do it on the opposite side of the body with 1 count. This is how it's often demonstrated during testing.
1, 2, 3.
And this is SEIKEN ZUKI. Let's take a look at SHUTO, URAKEN, SHOKEN ZUKI. I'll perform this from a right stance. The first technique is a block, circle block, over the back leg. I then rise up to do the first strike, which is a SHUTO, or knife hand strike, followed by a backhand fist, URAKEN, and then lastly the 1 knuckle thrust, SHOKEN ZUKI. I'll demonstrate this 3 times with 4 counts.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
On the left side, I'll demonstrate it with a single count.
1, 2, 3.
This is SHUTO, URAKEN, SHOKEN ZUKI. We'll now demonstrate SHOMEN HAJIKI, or snapping eye strikes. SHOMEN HAJIKI actually means snapping to the front. It doesn't translate to eye strikes. However, in Uechi-Ryu, Shomen Hajiki is typically understood as an eye striking exercise. So I'll stand in a right sanshin. I'll now bring my fingers together and I'm going to curl them back. We're going to demonstrate a flicking action as opposed to a stabbing or nukite action. When I go in the forward direction, I'm not going to block. I'm just going to strike towards the eyes. The area that the eyes cover are very small, so it's important to not let the fingers travel far apart from one another. So my hands and fingers are going to be very close when I strike. On the way back, I'm going to press down and then strike again. We'll demonstrate this a few times in slow motion.
1 2 1 2 1 2
And now on the opposite side, I'll go forward and backward on one count.
1 2 3
This is Shomen Hajiki. We'll now take a look at SOKUTO GERI, or blade foot kick. In SOKUTO GERI, it's typically seen in Kenshiwa Kata. This is the only form in Uechi-Ryu where you see this kick. So most people interpret that as being the method for how this kick is done. The key to doing SOKUTO GERI is simply to use the blade of your foot. It can be done in a variety of manners to a variety of targets. I'm going to demonstrate it the way it's typically seen in Kenshiwa Kata, and for our purposes today, we'll simply focus on that. So I'm going to do it from a left sanshin. I'm going to kick first with my left foot to a 45-degree angle, trying to focus on the blade of the foot. And then I'm going to turn to the opposite side of my body and do that. Now, my body's built differently than everyone else's, and in truth, I do this much better on my left than I do with my right, because of my personal anatomy with my legs. So I try to do it in a sincere manner so that my practice benefits my karate in real life. So I encourage you to practice this in a way where it actually works for you and you can strike with the blade of your foot.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
We'll now do it with one count in a more fluid fashion. From a right sanshin.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
This is SOKUTO GERI. HIJI ZUKI, or elbow strike, is performed with 3 different directions. We'll be performing a rising elbow strike, an elbow strike to the side, as well as one to the rear. I'm standing in a right sanshin, so I'll be blocking with my left arm. This block is performed over the back leg. I'll demonstrate it slowly on 4 counts.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4
And now demonstrate it in a left sanshin with 1 count in a more fluid fashion.
1 2 3
This is HIJI ZUKI. Mawashi Zuki, or round punch, is performed alternating from one side to the other. The first block is performed on the side of my rear leg. So in this case, my left leg is in the back, so I'm going to start with my left arm. I'll demonstrate this slowly.
1 2 3 4 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And now we'll demonstrate it on the opposite side with a little more fluid movement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Mawashi ZUKI. The next exercise we'll look at is HAJIKI uke HIRAKEN ZUKI. This is snapping block, flat fist punch. Okay? So when this is done, we're going to be using HIRAKEN, or flat fist. The HIRAKEN is both a strike and a block. The context will determine what it might be perceived as. So I'll rise up and out at a 45-degree angle. I'll clear the level of my eyes. My wrist is on the center line, almost across from my forehead. From here, I'll pull back. I'll then strike out to the same target. I'm striking the same target that I would in Sanshin. From here, I come back, in and out as I twist my wrist, and then finally I withdraw and do another HIRAKEN ZUKI. Okay? We'll demonstrate this slowly on 4 counts.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll now demonstrate it on the other side of the body in a more fluid manner. I like to demonstrate this by stopping so that students can learn where exactly the technique should travel and at what point it should stop. This is very important, and perhaps a little more important than some of the exercises, because this is the true high block in Uechi-Ryu Karate. It's both a strike and a block. We'll now do it on the opposite, left side.
1, 2, 3.
This was HAJIKI uke HIRAKEN ZUKI. Let's take a look at wrist striking. This in Japanese is called Koi no Shippo Uchi Yoko Uchi. Koi no Shippo means tail of the car. Yoko Uchi refers to lateral or sideways striking. So Koi no Shippo Uchi Yoko Uchi means tail of the fist strike, sideways strike. Okay? We'll demonstrate this over the forward leg first. So since I'm in a right Sanshin, my first strikes are going to go towards the right side. It's key to keep your wrists relaxed when you do this exercise. And I like to go just outside my body line. So when I strike to the right, I'm going to go just outside of my right body line. There's no need to go any further than that. If you wanted to strike further, it'll probably be smart to move your body.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll demonstrate it again on the left side in a more fluid manner.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This was Koi no Shibuchi Yoko Uchi. We'll now look at Koi no Shibuchi Tate Uchi. This is very similar to the sideways strike. However, this goes up and down in addition to side to side. So the name of this exercise is Koi no Shibuchi Tate Uchi. Tate means vertical. So when you interpret this exercise literally, you might think that it simply goes up and or down. However, the exercise is done both up and down and out and in. So it's similar to the Yoko Uchi, however, we add a different vertical direction to it. I'll start demonstrating on 4 counts in a right sanshin.
1、
Up to the eyes,
2、
down to the solar plexus,
3、
to the outside of the body,
4、
return to hirate kamae.
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4。
I'll do it now from a left sanshin or hidari ashimae in a more fluid count.
1、2、3。
This was koi no shibuchi tateuchi. Tenshin kosoku geri is an exercise that involves turning the body, changing the angle while performing a circle block and a kick. Kosoku means rear leg and geri of course means kick. So we're going to be blocking over the back leg and then kicking over the back leg. Hence the name Tenshin, turn, kosoku, rear leg, geri, kick. Okay? I'm going to demonstrate this from a left stance and I'm going to start by just showing how the body shifts.
1、
I look, turn 45 degrees.
2、
Look, step, 2, 3.
3、
Look, step, 2, 3.
4、
Look, step, 2, 3. These could be made much larger, however, mine's being done small. I'll now add the block and the kick.
1、2、3、4。
I'll now demonstrate this from a right sanshin on 1 count so you can see it move in a more fluid manner.
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4。
This is Tenshin kosoku geri. Tenshin Zensoku geri is very similar to the last exercise, which was kosoku geri. The only difference is now rather than kicking with the rear leg, we'll kick with the front leg, Zensoku, Zensoku. I'll start in a left sanshin, and again, I'll move slowly, but I'll start by incorporating both the blocks and the kicks.
1、
Pick up the angle, shift the body, move, block, grab, kick.
2、
Pick up the line of attack, prepare the block, move, finish, grab, kick.
3、
1, 2, 3, 4.
4、
1, 2, 3, 4.
1、
1, 2, 3, 4.
2、
1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see again that the size of the turns is not as important as the fact that you are turning. And practicing bunkai and yakuso kumite or just free sparring will illuminate this issue to a much deeper level. I'll do it now from a right sanshin in a little more fluid manner.
1、2、3、4、1、2、3、4。
This was Tenshin Zensoku Geri. Tenshin Shoken ZUKI involves shifting the body while blocking and striking with the one knuckle or shoken punch. Okay? This is a great arm exercise because it involves two hands where you're feeding the attack into the controlling arm and then striking, but then immediately letting go of that arm to block, strike, and control with the opposite side of the body. So we'll demonstrate this slowly.
Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Ich. Ni. San. Shi.
This was Tenshin Shoken Zuki.